Let's turn back to our first alert weather as we look at very strong winds out there tonight, already causing problems for some folks, and it could get worse tonight, right, Mike?
Yeah, that's the messaging tonight, Jessica, as we've already seen some gusty winds out there taking out power for a lot of people, but the potential remains overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. For that reason, we will remain in first alert as we watch the rest of this system move through the region. We were already talking about snow and rain potential. We're going to dig into that, but they say never give people inclement news unless you're going to give them some good news as well. And take a look at that. Wednesday and Thursday, a ridge of high pressure builds in. It's going to be 60 degrees. It's been a while. I know a lot of folks have been looking forward to that. In fact, temperatures will be above or at seasonal norms as we go through the rest of the week, and goodness knows we've earned it. Speaking of seasonal norms, this is what we do this time of year. 51 is the average at SEA. 38 is the overnight average. We beat both of those, 52 and 43 today. On the record side, 22 back in 2023. We picked up a good amount of rain. There's a lot more on the way tonight, and a lot of people have been really celebrating the 6:58 sunrise and the 5:47 sunset. It's that time of year where we're gaining a lot of daylight. Unless, of course, there's a storm out there. We've got one right now. We've got the rain that's pushing in right now. We saw those gusty winds as the first round of instability moved through and fired up some of those thunderstorms. Gusts got up to about 50 miles an hour in both Seattle and in Everett. Things are quieting down now, and as you can see, no thunder, no lightning, just good old-fashioned stratiform rain, which is a fancy way of saying widespread and steady. That definitely checks out. We're seeing widespread and steady rain literally from the coast, pushing all the way up into the Olympics, now making its way into Seattle and Tacoma, and Olympia has been soaking for a good while now. You can see that it's starting to proliferate off towards the north and east and will continue to do that. So despite the fact that it's quiet in Snoqualmie and Stevens Pass, now all of our passes are going to get lit up tonight. Winter storm warning in effect. Current winds right now gusting up to 40 again in Hoquiam. Again, for the most part, seeing some teens and 20s, 23 in Bellingham, 20 in Port Townsend, 28 in Whidbey Island. But as we go overnight tonight, the dreaded purples will be widespread. So as you can see here, a lot of the numbers indicating 30s and 40s, but the potential for some 50s definitely exists. This is midnight tonight, 2 a.m., still gusty all the way up and down Puget Sound, all the way out towards the coast. 4:30 in the morning, still gusty out there. Bremerton and Shelton will see gusts in the mid 40s, possibly in the 50s. 9:30 tomorrow morning, still gusty out there. You notice that it starts to settle from Seattle southward, so places like Enumclaw, North Bend, Tacoma, you do see the potential for some power outages. If you don't get it tonight, there's a possibility you could be seeing that tomorrow morning. And by the way, you saw Snoqualmie Pass will have 40-mile-an-hour winds. Add some snow to that, it's going to be a really rough go. If you can avoid driving in the mountains overnight tonight and to tomorrow morning, this time tomorrow night will be much better. And speaking of that, the winds will finally start to subside around the dinner hour tomorrow night. As far as the rain and snow go, well, they're on the way, and they're going to be sticking around for a good long while. Heavy rain overnight tonight, especially across the southwest interior and the Olympics. You notice it just stays lavender in the mountains for, well, at least the next 12 hours. It's not going to be until about the dinner hour on Tuesday we start to see that snow lift away, and then that ridge of high pressure builds in, and it's going to be beautiful. As far as precipitation totals go, the ground is already saturated. We're going to see some more rain, and a lot of that will be translating to mountain snow as well. In fact, as we take a look at the big picture, this system moves out, but then that ridge moves in. It looks like it has the potential to shear the next and possibly the next two systems that move through, so we may stay free from active weather until at least next weekend. 7-day forecast shows us stormy overnight tonight, but hang in there. It's going to be warmer and calmer starting Wednesday.